touch me like I'm the only little pony on the farm getting a ride tonight. Kiss me like you want me, and this world ain't only full of war and upside down.
You're listening to Radio Crackle. I'm DJ Smack Talk with the news this bright and wonderful morning. Well, as bright as wonderful as it gets in the maw, anyway. Got a couple of big pieces of news to start off with. First, the Mawlers made it to Ribcage yesterday, if you weren't aware. But it's a heck of a change of pace from Skyfall and Apocalypse. Statistically speaking, they've probably already been mugged, bribed, thrown out of a bar, asked to move dead bodies, and forced to enter into an agreement with a local crime lord, or maybe I should say crime princess. I don't know. I've never been there myself. My mom won't... I mean, I haven't had the time. That's what I mean. So yeah, they're there and they're hanging out. The other piece of news is kinda bad. The cult of Tiamat, our resident crazies, have upgraded over the last few days from, just benign dragon worshippers to aggressive dragon fanatics. This morning, there was an Honest to Celestia press release delivered to Radio Crackle's front door. Can you believe that? It was really long and boring and kind of creepy, but the gist of it is this. The cult's finally gotten off its collective butt to decry the Mawlers taking out the dragons as wrong and unholy, and the Four Horses tribes along with them. So now they're arming up and are going to find the lairs of the other 3 dragons and defend them. And if they happen to die either searching for them or defending them, apparently that's just fine by all of them. They're also recruiting like mad, probably from extra raiders. They've got some line about eternal rewards for serving the dragons, but from what I hear, it's just a hefty signing bonus. I think inflation's going to become a huge problem in the maw if all these caps keep coming in, I swear. It's nuts. Look, here's the bottom line. If you're not some kind of badass, stay away from the east side of the maw right now. Over here in the west, it's all nice and sane right now. If you cross over, you're bound to get wrapped up in all the crazy. As for those of you who are already there and have been living there for a while, well, actually, it's just business as usual for you guys, whatever. Jeez, this was a long segment. I gotta put some more music on to calm down. DJ Smack Talk out later. So it's...
I wonder if we left the dragons alone for a while, how many evil cultists would get killed off trying to defend those places.
So, can I say Powder Keg was just listening to that in Blinky's shop, just, playing on the counter?
Yeah, it's... we left off the previous night, and it was kind of time for y'all to get some rest and whatnot. So this is the next morning, as you're all waking up in Blinky's house shop thing.
We just listening to the radio over breakfast.
Yeah.
Powder Keg looks kind of, well, he looks at the same time disappointed but not surprised.
Flotsam has been looking very perky as soon as Fact Talk's voice came on, but then her expression just gradually sank further and further the more he talked about the cultists, and now she's just resting her head on the table. Blah.
Ain't this wonderful? Only a matter of time, but... Hey, maybe we're lucky the dragons will kill a bunch of them cultists.
Flotsam waves a hoof at Powder Keg. Stop that. Be more positive.
Fine. I've heard... hopefully, if we leave them long enough, I'll get to kill a bunch of them.
What's not positive about the dragons killing crazy cultists?
I'm just upset. Yeah, Javalt drags himself into the room. He's like, Are we all awake? Are we all awake?
Good morning, Sleeping Beauty.
Aurelia is still asleep, actually.
Have you stopped being drunk now?
Was I drunk?
Very. Stupidly
so. Drunk. Remember something about building a time rocket, and then the Phillies were playing pretend.
We'll catch you up on the important stuff later on, okay?
That reminds me. Chica around?
Not at the moment. She's kind of resting as well. She's kind of sleeping in.
Should have made breakfast for you. Why did I? Javalt goes over to see what breakfast there is.
It's just, basically some oat-based cereal.
He stares at the breakfast for a bit. Then he just grabs a bowl and fills it up, snout into bowl.
And I guess he proceeds to be a little bit disgusting. Okay, then.
Don't eat too fast, then, mate.
Yesterday.
I want to have a technical yawn to clean up.
Blinky, actually slides over a glass of, clean water and says, I think you need this more than you need solid food right now.
Probably does.
Javot pours the water into the cereal.
So what do y'all make of this?
What we always thought they were going to do anyway.
Well, on the bright side,
what do we do from here, is what I'm saying.
Well, on the bright side, they're going there to defend them, so we don't have to worry about actual competition. I mean, it doesn't seem like they're going to go in and try and take stuff, so that's good.
If they're defending the dragon hordes, then we can, well, it's easier now to keep tabs on them, so we can probably leave them alone for a little while, try and finish whatever we're meant to be finishing here, and then move on. Also, it means they might have left their main base of operations slightly less defended, so...
I doubt it.
Flotsam looks thoughtful. She's taken her head off the table at this point. And, did we say Blinky was around?
Yeah, Blinky's there. She's just about to open up the shop, but she's waiting for you guys to finish breakfast.
Blinky, did you get a chance to take a closer look at those caps? The ones that we're not sure whether they were counterfeit?
Blinky shakes her head. Sorry, didn't quite get around to it.
Flotsam shakes her head as well. No, that's okay. I was just thinking about where else they might have come from. Did you guys say something about how Golden Crown might have a secret base somewhere?
I believe that was brought up.
Like, inside of town or outside of town?
Outside of town, somewhere. Her father wasn't particularly, forthcoming, or didn't know, either one.
But
You mean her thug?
Yeah, a thug.
Yeah.
we can't
He
do
was,
the
he was real easy to get information from, but he didn't know enough.
Aurelia comes
Just-
into the
Are you
room
kidding?
and just kind of rubbing her eyes and says, "Morning, guys.
Morning,
Yeah.
Dragon.
Did anyone else have a weird dream last night?
No, we
Weird
didn't.
dream about what?
What did you have?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm warning you. It's super weird. I was this weird like squishy scaleless thing, and I had to get a plasma caster and go to a place called New Vegas. And then I got killed over and over again by this dude in armor calling himself like at something.
I see what you
What?
did there.
My dreams that involve that have me building another fleshy thing, bringing it to life with lightning, and then I'm not sure what happens next.
That is strange as hell.
Yeah, I told you it was weird.
Tibbs is going to give Aurelia a dirty look and say, "You didn't open my bags, did you?"
No, I didn't.
Tibbs is
I
gonna
know better than that, Tibbs.
Tibbs is gonna give
If
an
only
"I'm
because
watching you."
you break my
gesture.
legs until I paid.
I'd
Good.
break Tibbs'
Glad we're on
legs
the level
before he
then.
broke. I'd break Tibbs' legs before I broke yours.
Frankly, in a fight between Aurelia and Tibbs, I'd put my money on Aurelia.
No, I'd probably put some money on Tibbs. He's got more experience in the long run.
Whatever. Blinky, do you have any meat? And Blinky starts looking around under the counter to see if she's got any preserved meat.
Oh, Craggy has some too. She holds up Craggy and tries to get him to do puppy dog eyes.
Craigie just looks around passively.
Flotsam does puppy dog eyes instead.
There
How
will
cute.
be puppy dog eyes.
Blinky is completely unfazed, but brings up some meat for both Aurelia and Craggy. It's just came out of just chunks out of a box. It's not cooked, but Aurelia just starts taking them and chomping on them like they're candy. Thanks.
Yeah.
Flotsam just pats Craggy as he noms. Who's a good crocodile? Is
I've
it you?
certainly eaten meat before, but that stuff looks...
Yes, you.
Ew.
Aurelia just shrugs and says, It's alright.
Mind if I try one? Or
Sure, you can try one.
yes, Temperance will just take one and give it a try.
It's, really kind of moist and cold and not terribly tasty at all for what seems to be pork.
I've had worse.
I know.
Alright.
Yeah, I mean, we have to think for a second. I mean, this stuff may not taste very good, but how much stuff really does taste very good when you're eating in the wasteland?
Yeah, seriously.
Flavor might be a bit of a different,
I said it was
Different.
like pork. I don't know if it's actually pork.
it's spam. That's what it is.
Probably, actually.
By this point, Javalt has finished his cereal and water and licked the ball clean and licked himself clean. And he sits up and he says, right, things we need to do. Make a to-do list.
Well, you feel free to get started on that.
Things you need to do. Stop acting like you're a leader or something.
That
Well,
would
I'm
be-
the only one that gets people moving. I'm the one who you spend all this time arguing and arguing and arguing. I get you moving.
Javolt,
Blossom rolls her eyes. Okay, you guys go ahead and do that. I'm going to take Raggy out for a walk. I'll be back in about 10 minutes.
If
She
we're
picks up.
Javolt,
Heads out the door.
getting moving, I'll look around the group and like wave at Flotsam as she leaves. Getting moving, I'll go get Chica up. She may as well have breakfast before we start.
Fair enough.
Breakfast.
Zenkarn, as you move to open up the side room door where Chica's sleeping, it actually opens just before you reach the knob. Seems she had just gotten up herself. Oh, hey Zenkarn.
Hey, rest of them are planning something. I assume we wanted breakfast before we started. Plus, I wanted to talk to you quickly if I could.
Well, I don't know. It's kind of late for breakfast. I wouldn't want to get in the way of anything you're trying to do, so
No, it's fine. We've got time.
you'd be out for a little while. And so.
It's fine. We can deal with it.
Well, then, what was it you wanted to talk to me about first before we...
Well, I was wondering, seeing as, and I looked at the rest of them, look over my shoulder, seeing as I don't think we've got anything too strenuous planned today, if you wanted to go for a walk.
Well, I guess it would have to be after breakfast.
Doable.
She kind of regards you, her eyes narrowing just a little bit, not in any suspicious way, but just sort of scrutinizing you for a few seconds. And then she says, tell you what, how about we take the walk first, and then I'll just have a big brunch later.
Yeah, seems like a good idea.
Yeah, the equivalent of preparing my meal before I have any.
Thanks for that image.
Kind of awkwardly, she just kind of pushes past you out the door and towards the storefront.
Fair enough. I'll follow, I guess.
Okay. Yeah,
Oh.
I guess this is kind of the one thread we have, so I guess we'll just stick with it. Chica heads out the door.
I'll turn to, hey Tibbs, are you back?
He's trying again to get it working.
Fair enough. Firelight, are you around?
Yes.
Sweet. In that case, before I head out, I'm like, hey Firelight, you remember that thing you mentioned that we needed to get, that Tempered didn't steal?
Yeah.
Do you know where it is?
Not exactly.
Still, I thought I might do something constructive while I'm out. You know, kill two birds with one stone.
What do you mean?
Where's the
Wondering
object
where
you're
it's
gonna
at.
go nick? Where's the object you're gonna go nick?
What?
Okay, I'm back.
Cool.
What
Yeah,
is
yeah,
the
yeah.
thing that you didn't take? He doesn't know where it is. None of us know where it is.
And I don't even know what it is. What is this object we're talking about?
Look,
I have no idea.
I would very much try to, get it from him peacefully and above board before we resort to,
We're gonna steal it. Shut up.
what? You don't
Oh,
think...
for stealing mysterious objects. I'm the one who, well, no, I'm not. the
Javolt,
one.
you're as subtle as my Distractagon. So, no, you're not the
Well,
one
speak-
stealing it.
Hmm.
What, you really think there is no way that
I'll talk to the owner of this mysterious object and get it from him.
No, you won't. I will tie you to a chair if I have to, but you are not gonna fuck this up.
Aurelia Aurelia
It's
shrugs and
Buffalo
says,
Bill.
actually, sending Javolt after a precious item, that's not the worst idea.
It is.
Why am I
Besides
the
Trust
which
in
I have
Javolt with any
inside
task is
perhaps
the
his
worst.
father.
Especially
idea.
because he'll probably come up with some crazy, solution and make them believe that it was a good idea or something.
We don't need a crazy solution. We need subtlety. We need someone who will not get people chasing us.
Like the guy who can walk through walls in the changeling.
Yeah.
I'll go supervise them. That.
No, you won't. You're staying here. You've got a
Nope.
hangover.
Besides, they want
they're
to-
continuing
I
that.
do not have
Gil's
a
going to
hangover.
walk out. He's going to head out.
Yeah,
I thank
besides,
Tibbs, and then I leave.
Zenkern and Cheek are trying to have some time for themselves, so.
While they were arguing, Tempered Steel is going to head out of the building.
Towards where?
He is going to go in the direction of Mighty Height Bill's place.
Okay.
Oh, god damn it.
You know
Powder
what?
Keg is going to follow Tempered Steel. There's not.
Bolt is going to
not
still be
want Tempered
arguing
Steel
with Powder
messing
Keg,
something
who's
up.
following Tempered Steel.
No, Powder Keg slams the door in Javolt's face, and any attempts Javolt makes to follow him, Powder Keg will knock him out.
Does Tempered Steel know that Powder Keg is following him?
It looks like he's having a little bit of a
It's
wrestling
Powder
match
Keg.
with Javolt
He's about as
first, but
subtle as Javolt.
Okay, Javolt decides not to go out to the front door and turns to Blinky and says, "Do you have a back door?"
Blinky says nothing because she's currently weighing the pros and cons of telling you about the back door.
Tibbs is
Because
just
as
gonna-
much as I'd love to spend the day with you, I have things to do, and
Tibbs is just going to give a snide look and say, afraid that back door's reserved for Powder Keg, mate.
Alright, Blinky will reach over and just kind of bop you on the side of the head.
no,
I
I
like-
didn't mean it like that at all. I'm sorry. Which one of us did she bop?
That was Tibbs.
Well, Powder Keg is trying to keep. Well, Tempered Steel noticing Powder Keg trying to keep Javolt from getting out. He's going to try and see if he can lose Powder Keg before he can follow.
I hate all of you right now.
Javolt.
All I wanted to do was go for
Let's-
a walk.
Let's split the party as much as possible.
Every
This is why
individual
you get
person
that
going
big
on
one,
their
right?
own errand. Great.
I can come back if you like.
See, the thing is, Javolt is not going to
Or-
try to
here,
waste time opening the
alternative-
front door
what if-
after he sees Powder Keg.
What
Are you going to
is
waste
that?
time trying to follow Powder Keg when he very clearly does not want you to tag along?
What if Tempered Steel were to run into Flotsam while he's going on his way?
One
Sure.
thing at a time.
Sorry.
Sorry, the situation in my head is that Tempered Steel went out, Powder Keg went out after him, Javolt
Tried to follow Powder Keg, slammed the
Powder
door behind
Keg
him.
shut the door, Javolt tried to open it, Powder Keg shut it, Javolt realized this was going to be senseless, and turned to Blinky and asked if she had a back door.
And Blinky did not answer because she's not sure if he wants to enable you following Powder Keg around, when that's clearly a bad idea.
And Tibbs is now rubbing the incredibly large bruise on the side of his head.
And Blinky looks at Tibbs and says, sorry, picked that up from Powder.
Tibbs is just gonna chuckle and say, I'm sure you did.
Is it too much to ask for Javolt to just not follow for once? When he's asked not to?
Alright, Blinky looks at Javolt and says, depends, are you going to follow my boyfriend around?
My plan was actually to... Wait, why am I following him?
Because you're slightly a control freak.
Well, Javolt ponders this.
And you need to keep an eye on as many of the ponies under your care as possible. And
I
it's hard for you to let go.
suppose I do have a tendency to overprotect them.
And of course I'm speaking very charitably.
Javolt backs out from the front door. I'm sure I'll need to go out after him at some point, but it doesn't have to be right now.
Blinky nods and points towards some direction, towards the living quarters, and says, back door is next to the bathroom.
Makes sense. So, Tibbs, do you have anything you're supposed to be doing today?
Tibbs is going to give a half-hearted shrug and say, "Dunno, frankly, as far as I'm concerned, it's none of your business what I do and don't have to do today."
I see. Well, if you need my help for anything, I'll just be Apparently doing nothing around here. With Aurelia, I suppose.
Aurelia lets out a sigh and says, "Whatever, I'll be your chaperone, Javolt. That's fine."
Well, I don't have anywhere to go. That's the whole point here.
Don't look at me.
Look, Weaver, I'm sorry. It's just you've hit this situation where the way you've played Javolt has made other characters very reticent to have him come along.
It makes
sense. I get it.
Let's try not to make this too much more than it is. I guess while you're thinking of what to do today, Javolt, let's shift focus over to Zenkar and Chica. We're going on a walk.
One sec, I just need to get the phone.
Then let's shift focus over to Tempered Steel and Powder Keg, who are... Tempered Steel is making his way over to Mighty Hide Bill's place, and Powder Keg is following him.
Well, so Tempered Steel wasn't able to lose him when he noticed that Powder Keg was trying to follow?
I'm not in the mood to try and play that out, so no, I don't think you were successful.
Okay. Noticing that, Tempered Steel is instead going to head in the direction of the bar. He's not going to go actually to the bar, but he's not going to go all the way to,
No, okay. Powder Keg is not trying to follow you subtly. After a while, Powder Keg just catches up with you and says, "Look, if you want to talk this out, I want to come help. But if it goes bad, we're stealing it. Understood?"
Can you assure me you're not going to try and steal it as a initial attempt? Not trying to steal it.
We will
right off the
attempt
bat?
to convince Buffalo Bill to give it to us. If that does not work, I will take it.
All right, if you are willing to do that, that is all I am asking.
All right, then.
Tempered Steel will let out a sigh of relief then.
Okay.
And then, yes, with that, he will head in the direction of Bill's place.
All right.
Although, they go by the bar on that. Would they go by the bar on that walk?
Depending on the direction you come from, yeah.
Okay, when they pass by the bar, is it open?
It's actually not going to open for another hour, it looks like.
Oh, as he's going to head... Alright, then when he sees it's closed, he's going to head in the direction of Bill's place, and he's going to go in the direction of Bill's place.
Alright, you head basically a couple buildings down.
Okay.
Towards that little, bone and stone, duplex.
Alright.
It's, closed, but seems to be occupied. You hear some sounds inside. Sounds like someone moving around.
Okay, in that case, Tempered Steel is going to head up to the door and, give it a knock.
So this is where Bill lives, huh?
Yep.
I don't think I've actually met him. You're the one who went off with Javolt to go see him the first time.
Well, now that you think about it, that sounds right. Huh.
After a while, you hear stomping towards the door, and it swings open, and Mighty Hide Bill just looks at you. His eyes goes wide, and he just glares at you and says, What did you do? Where is it?"
I didn't do anything. Wait, what?
No.
And behind him, you notice that his little apartment is completely disheveled. All the drawers have been opened, all containers opened, their contents strewn all about the floor.
You mean somebody stole... Oh, boy. I promise you...
Somewhere in the back of your head, Tibbs is saying I told you so.
I promise you, I was not planning to steal anything.
So what, did you accidentally steal my dragon treasure?
No.
Then what? You're the one who brought me back last night, and now it's gone.
Right, I brought you back, and because I do not approve of such thievery, while I did see it while I was returning your place, I did not take anything.
So somebody took it.
That's
Damn
what it
it.
sounds like.
This is why you should have actually taken it.
No, this is the kind of thing of why I did not want to steal it, and why I wanted to try and convince him of why he should not be holding on to it.
Well,
by
it
this
doesn't do
by
much
this
now.
point, Bill has given up listening to your conversation and just slammed the door in your face.
Well, fuck.
And you start to hear what sounds like a very deep-voiced sobbing coming from inside.
Tempered Steel is going to give another knock on the door.
Go away.
Bill, are you okay?
No, I'm not.
Can we help?
Bring me back my treasure.
Look, Bill, I did not take it, but I did look in it, and I saw that it is very hard to look away from it.
More
I dare
stomping
say
towards the door, and the door swings open, and he says, his face sort of matted with tears. He says, "So you did search for it?"
No, I saw a glow. Look, I knew it was there. I didn't purposely look for it, but I saw the glow. I did look at it.
It's such a pretty glow, isn't it?
Yes, it is a glow that is hard to look away from. And look, I found that it was hard to look away from in a bad way. And well, it
was very pretty.
Yes, it was very pretty.
Where'd you find it?
In the dragon cave. I told Tempered all about it last night. That's why I assumed he stole it.
Well, I wasn't. Well, there's two other people technically 4 other people I know of that are aware of this. 2 of them are a member of our group. So unless Tibbs or Firelight wound up going on a secret mission last night, that leaves 2 people that
still means it's your fault. I trusted you.
What?
I thought you showed me your honor back in Skyfall, but clearly I was wrong. And he slams the door in your face again.
What did I do this time?
And you just hear more sobbing, muffled now.
Boy. Tempered Steel is going to head back towards the bar.
The bar or Blinkies?
The bar.
The
Blinkies is a general store, not a bar.
Yeah.
Alright, so Powder Keg will follow. Well,
the bar on that street still has the closed sign, but you can see Joy and Snake kind of working to set up inside.
Tempered Steel is going to knock on the door.
And Joy takes notice and just kind of considers, shrugs to herself, and comes to the door. She opens it and says, "Yeah, Steel, right?"
"Yeah."
"Howdy, I'm Powder Keg."
I'm Joy. Most of the ponies around here call me Boss, but for you guys, it's Joy.
Then?
So, we're still setting up in here, but is there something you wish to talk about?
I need to know if either you or Snake told anyone about that refractor core.
Snake? And, grizzled, green pony comes up and says, "Yeah? Did you tell anyone about Bill's refractor treasure?" And he just kind of grumbles. Well, no, I don't think, I never told anyone specifically, but I did notice last night. Well, there were plenty of ponies around when he was talking about it.
Any of note?
Shortly after I came back, I did notice that one of the cultists of Tiamat left the bar shortly after.
Cultists of Tiamat, huh? Which one?
One of the new ones, not our local Cookie Crumbles, but one of the new ones that were sent here to support him, supposedly. But I could tell they had a bit more equipment than normal proselytizing cultists do.
Do you know where we might find Cookie Crumbles?
Well, he's got a little place in the second rib. It's more of a shelter than a house, but yeah, you can find it sort of the middle of the second rib.
But neither of you 2 went in there and took it during the night, correct?
Joy just narrows her eyes at you.
Look, I'm just trying to cover all my bases just to be sure. I don't genuinely think you took it.
So you have to ask and trust us on our word.
Admittedly, yes.
Joy just shakes her head and says, "Good luck with your investigation."
Thank you. And then Temper still will head out to find Cookie Crumbles' place.
And
this is gonna be great.
Before she closes the door, she looks to Powder Keg and says, "Best of luck handling him."
Oh, you can bet that there are much more subtle ponies I'd love to work with, but what can you do?
Indeed. And she closes the door and gets back to work inside.
So Powdercake is gonna walk up to Steel, and he's gonna kind of pull Steel aside to an area where there's not a lot of ponies walking around, and he's gonna be like, "All right, Steel. At this point, we're in a seedy town trying to investigate the mysterious missing object. Now, I don't know if you've ever done anything like this before. Probably not. But we cannot go around asking just anyone about this thing. We have to be subtle. Anyone we ask is someone that is now privy to what's going on. Anyone that is privy to what's going on is someone else involved in this mix. And when you're in a seedy town, every new pony involved in this mix could be a potential hindrance later on. So we need to choose carefully who we talk to, and we need to find answers through subtlety and trickery more often than actually asking someone. Do I make myself clear?
Powderkeg shifting into maximum savvy.
Tempered Steel's gonna give a nod.
All right then.
What? I feel like that's something Powderkeg would be.
No,
it
definitely makes sense. It's just like let's lay down the ground rules here.
Mm-hmm.
It there's a hint of meta in here, and that just kind of amuses me. Just like don't give the DM any ammunition. Just don't.
Just don't. He doesn't need it. He's got enough. He's got enough, okay? Don't tell him.
Anyway, I guess while you're changing locations, we should probably actually go back to Senkarn and Chica if Cuteless is back.
Yep. Sorry about that. Thought it was work. It wasn't. It was telemarketers.
That change of scene for nothing. All right.
You should have listened in.
So while Steel and Powder were doing all that, apparently they went up to check out Mighty Hide Bill. So you and Chica are just kind of out on a walk somewhere else. Although
Hey.
she's taken her golden dream form.
Ah, fair enough.
It seems that in Ribcage she kind of alternates between the sort of her normal changeling form for a certain intimidation factor, but when she wants to blend in, she picks Golden Dream.
Yeah, makes sense. How do I start this?
As you're walking just down the street, she just kind of smirks at you and says, "Well, we're walking."
Yeah, that we are. Did actually have a plan for this, but kind of got dashed a little bit.
Oh, what was the plan that you
Go
were going to rope me into?
Go steal the object that Tempered still didn't take.
Not exactly the best first date material. But then again, we're in Ribcage, which isn't exactly a tourist destination.
That's true. Also, don't kill me for this, but I reach into my saddlebags and I pull out one of the books, one of her books, and I start flipping through it. And I'm like, I've been reading these, and I found this line that I thought was fairly good advice.
She kind of gives you a interesting look and says, "Really? Okay."
Well, it was Ribcage, and it seemed appropriate considering, we potentially had to go steal an object anyway. I land on the correct page, and I cough, and I'm like, and the subtle speech wrote, "And after his perfect crime, he invited the pretty mare out to dine. It sounded like good advice, so I wanted to try it."
Based off of a changeling romance novel, you wanted to go pull a heist and then go out for lunch?
Yes?
Just starts laughing into her hoof. Oh, Zenkarn.
I just stand there, awkwardly, being awkward.
The protagonist in that story is kind of a scoundrel, and that romance does not end. Have you finished the book yet?
About halfway through.
You're in for a bit of a roller coaster then. It gets some of the mechanics wrong, but it's actually quite a compelling story past once you reach the third act. There's a bit of a twist that I really like.
I'll keep going then.
But after that point, you might not want to to take relationship advice from it.
You've
I'm
done
sorry,
it,
I'm
Zenkar.
sorry.
You've broken her.
Oh, well, maybe we should go out to lunch, proper lunch, not my sort of meals, but
Sounds good.
I mean, you've treated me for long enough. Turnabout's fair play at least once in a while.
Sounds good to me. I'm not going to complain.
Zenkarn, you're really quiet.
Oh, sorry. Sounds good to me. I'm not going to complain. Unless it's my internet acting up again, which I hope not.
No, you're better. You're better now.
Woo!
While you're having this discussion, you just kind of end up sort of circling around into the first rib, and Chica looks around and says, "So, I guess, what do you think our next move is?"
Either help or dispose of Golden Crown, and then, dunno, something dragons.
Very, very detailed plan you've got.
Kind of leave it to the rest of them. Not exactly the group leader. I look to that for Flotsam or Powder Keg.
Fair enough. I'm following along as well. I'm not very interested in any sort of violent confrontation. Even in this town, being able to change and hide is a very useful skill. Let's just say. I've had a couple of encounters while I was scouting around.
Fun.
She looks ahead and kind of stops in her tracks for a second, and
I'll stop.
she kind of smirks and says, "See that unicorn stallion over there? The one with the denim jacket?
Yeah?
That one tried to heist me with a knife.
What's the floor made out of?
The ground in Ribcage it's still kind of desert ground.
Okay. Double check my level 7 destiny. So when you say, what happened exactly?
Well, he rushed me, forced me into an alley, and, threatened my life and demanded payment in one form or another.
What did you do to him?
Well, something that seems to be kind of a recurring theme. Got him under my thrall, looked into his heart, realized he has a long lost love, and, slightly traumatized him with it. She kind of gives you a wry look and says, "It seems a lot of, romances in the Wasteland don't end very well."
No. Apparently not. But I have to admit.
Either
impressed.
tragically or in a very psychotic fashion.
Yeah, well, ponies be crazy.
And, this stallion is, let's just say he's a bit of, he gets, violent when he's heavily drunk.
I'll keep that in mind. While I'm talking to her, I'll use, Ancient Knowledge, which allows me, it's basically an aura thing. You can now detect any corpses or undead entities within 100 feet of you.
I love the way Zenkarn's mind works.
It turns out there are more than a few shallow graves in the streets and alleys of Ribcage.
Of course there are.
Surprise.
Quite a few, in fact.
Right. Any around where this particular stallion happens to be standing?
At the point in the street where this stallion's standing, there seem to be like a whole group of 4, piled together in the same, plot.
Right. In that case, I'll look at Jika and I'll be like, so, do you feel he's been traumatized enough, or?
She, stares for a little while and says, "Not really. My little trick was to confuse him enough to get away and change into a different form. But I don't think I really got revenge in that way."
Count this one towards you then. Can I roll to raise all 4 at the same time?
Yeah, make an Arcana check to do that, to raise 4 basic zombies.
Do not nat 1, for the love of God. Oh, that's a 35. I'll take that.
Oh, jeez. Huh. You have to spend a little time channeling, and you draw some stairs as the air around the street kind of chills a bit. But in about a minute, you're able to perform the end of the ritual, and then beneath the stallion's feet, the ground breaks as 4 sets of hooves start crawling out of the ground near him, and he shrieks.
Is this the Stallion's family or just random dead people?
They're random dead people.
It's random dead people.
So is he just standing around being
He's
terrified?
he tries to swat them down. Actually, he brings out his knife and just starts stabbing like goddamn frickin' zombies of all the things to deal with frickin' zombies. But the knife isn't terribly effective at keeping them down, and before long he's surrounded on all sides.
Cool. I look at Chica and I'm like, so, which one of the forms were you in when he, tried to get payment?
She, changes into a blue unicorn mare.
Great. I walk over and I'm like, hi, how are you?
He's still trying to shove away the zebras, and he's like, God damn frickin' zebra. Oh, goddamn, is this your doing? Frickin' fuck. What? What do you want?
Simple. You accosted my, friend here for some, caps, correct?
He kind of looks off in the direction and kind of squints and says, is that, maybe? Just caps?
Chica?
And, Chica in her form shakes her head and says, he asked for a little more than that.
Spill. Now.
Screw you.
You have 2 choices. Spill or my pets will eat you.
What? Come on, you wouldn't... Guys, come on. You're not gonna let Necromancer frickin' push anyone around this town, are you? And the, it's probably mostly due to the bone armor. Most of the other townsfolk just either kind of look away, some of them nonchalantly, some of them just kind of very noticeably just avoiding contact, and some of them just trying to just keep their distance back away. And he gets no support. And he's like, come on, this is Ribcage. It's, honey eat pony, whatever. I don't have to tell you any frickin' crap.
Okay. I look at the 2 who are behind him like, you 2, his back hooves, you 2, his front.
Okay,
Start
no,
nibbling.
sorry, I gave her a choice, either Caps or herself. And then she did this weird, like, her eyes started to glow, and then she started to look like some pony else, and frankly, I'm the one who was more ambushed in that scenario, let me tell you. Good grief.
Right. I look at Chica. So, would you prefer I let him off with a warning, or kill him?
Chica taps her hoof, and I don't know, somewhere in the middle. I'd like for there to be some kind of permanent punishment, but not death.
Ooh, crippling. Can do.
Yeah.
Right. I turn back to the stallion. So, which of your limbs are you the most attached to? Or organs? I'm not fussy.
My God, Zenkarn, you are a delightful psychopath.
The unicorn's horn lights up, and his knife starts floating in the air again. He says, "Screw you, zebra," and he sends the knife in your direction.
Zenkarn, get enough bone to make a scythe.
Yeah, that was the plan. Rip off one of me's legs and give it to Florian. Alright. Can I just take that on my armor, actually?
If you roll, endurance, yeah.
Oh, God.
Which is where we're kind of interpreting here as letting your armor kind of tank it for you. So you're getting a bit of a bonus.
Woohoo!
Yeah, that kind of catches on, some of the outlying bones of the decorative bones of the armor, but doesn't really break or, make more than a notch in it.
My turn! I pull out my scythe and I start walking towards him.
He tries to magically take the knife back, but then there's a green glow around the weapon instead, and you see Chica in her unicorn form. Her horn is glowing.
Thank you. Pets, hold him down.
He starts screaming out as the zombies all start holding him down.
So, never did answer my question. Which leg are you most fond of?
Screw you!
Well, I've always thought the front hooves were more helpful, and I guess you don't need any more help, do you? I'll just cut off his front right leg.
Oh, boy.
Mutilation in the streets, huh? So are we fully evil now, or just...
She asked me to.
Actually, as you start to swing the scythe, Chica says, wait.
I stop.
Chica seems, her look on her face says she's starting to have second thoughts about all this.
Fair.
If it helps, the bone is going towards making flotsam weapons.
That's such a psychotic thing to say.
Chica transforms back into her normal changeling form and steps up to where the zombies have the stallion pinned down. And she says, you threaten me or my friends again, and, well, we'll just kill you next time, understand? And Stallion, just having just been very close to getting his front legs chopped off, he just kind of nods mutely. Okay, you can let him go now.
I dismiss the zombies.
The zombies all crawl back down to the ground. And the Stallion just kind of wobbles back onto his feet and says, damn it, man. Frackin' necromancers, just, god damn it. And just walks back down, walks towards the other end of the street.
Well, that was fun.
And some of the bystanders cheer, some of them still look a bit grossed out at what almost happened.
Some of them have a permanent 1,000-yard stare.
Some of them definitely were weirded out by the zombies. Chica just shakes her head and says, I don't know. I don't think I'm cut out for this.
Define this.
Being the sort of pony that answers violence with violence.
You don't have to be. That's what the rest of us are for.
But just now I realized I didn't even want you to do it on my behalf. It's
nothing.
It's comforting in some small way that you can. And I think knowing that is enough, but part of me doesn't want to see you actually do that.
I don't have to. Well, not to that guy.
There are real problems in the Wasteland that require violence because there's not a whole lot of other solutions. A lot of it's do or die, but I don't know. Settling petty grudges is not.
I mean, let's be honest. We didn't kill him, and he's probably scared so shitless now he's not going to be doing that again in a hurry. I'd call that a win.
Yeah, not for a while anyway, though. A lot of ponies like that don't necessarily change overnight.
Ponies don't change. Well, most of them anyway.
All the sources of hope in this wasteland are based on the hope that they do and will.
And some of them will, some of them won't. But it'll be slow and arduous, like everything else in the wasteland.
Let's go back.
Yeah.
I'll take a little bit from you. I'll call it a meal.
Sounds fair. We'll take a rain check. Do it all later.
You can just sort of plod back to the general store, but Chica looks visibly a bit more depressed now than when you started.
Yay. Look at her and I'm like, you sure you're gonna be okay?
It was just jarring. There was a moment where I was okay with what you were about to do, and then very suddenly I wasn't. Suffering from a bit of emotional whiplash.
It happens. Eat. Have a nap. You'll feel better at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think I will. I just need to work off these nerves.
Yeah.
You eventually get back to Blinky's general store. And, she looks at you and says, should we do this now?
Oh, yeah. We've got time. All the rest of them are out, so it's not like I've got anything pressing to do.
Alright.
You're still here.
Shut up.
Chica leads you into the bedroom that you guys are sharing, the side room. And, you stare into her glowing green eyes, and, you probably pass out for about 20 minutes.
20 minutes of sleep. 20 minutes of extra sleep.
Well, that was an interesting little vignette.
That was fun. Thank you, Spud.
Welcome.
Best date ever.
I don't know. That was not a good date.
I've had worse.
That's
Yeah,
You
one time I
would.
actually someone was like,
that's depressing.
Yeah.
That would explain a lot, though.
Let's not kick Molly's down.
by the way, may Flotsam when convenient, may Flotsam do something while she is out walking Craggy.
Of course.
Should I do that now?
Yeah.
She had written a letter early in the morning, and she is going to sort of fly over to. I mean, she's kind of like doing, general passive perception check just to make sure she doesn't get snuck up on her or anything. And she kind of just flies over to the mechanist shop and kind of subtly checks to see if it's open or if anyone's there yet.
Doesn't seem like it's open yet.
Looking relieved, she just gets a letter out from her bag and posts it under the door.
Oh.
And I can send you the contents of that message in PM if you like.
Sure.
And that's what she wanted to do. And she'll play with Craggy for a bit and then head back.
Okay. Alright. Anyway. A little while after Zengarn and Chica, and I think even Flotsam came back, there is knocking at the front door to the general store.
Flotsam opens the door.
I'll poke my head out of the side room.
I sort of raise my eyebrow and say, who would knock at a store door?
And when the door opens, you see this Tanford, golden-maned, slick-looking stallion, and he says, "Hello, I'm Opportunity, and I'm knocking."
Yes!
He's back!
God
He's
damn it!
back! Yay!
Who is this?
His Opportunity. He was in the very first session. Oh my god!
He was in a part I wasn't even there for.
Yeah, you missed the first part or so.
Opportunity was the guy who hired Firelight.
Yeah.
Oh, I was so sad I
Smiling.
never saw him again, and now he's back! Yay!
Talk about a callback!
I don't think,
No,
Javol
you didn't
met
show up
him.
until the next session.
Yes, this
Tibbs
predates even
May not
Javol.
have ever met him.
Yeah, no.
Really,
this-
never met him.
Powder Keg has never met him. Javolt has never met him.
He was technically present
was
at
there.
the bar when the fight went down.
You maybe
But I don't
didn't
think
notice
anyone
it.
actually said hi.
Oh,
I think
in that case, does he recognize Powder Keg as that guy, that scary guy who
I
blew
don't
up
think
that bar?
Powderkeg's here at the moment.
Oh wait,
Okay.
yeah, Powder Keg's not here at the moment.
Yeah, no.
Unless he and Tempered came back.
No, I don't think they would have
You
gone
guys
back.
were you guys were heading to Cookie Crumble's place, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Unless maybe you stopped over here first.
No, I don't.
Because his place is still in the second rib, which is where the general store is located. So you might
Well,
have passed
Tempered-
by.
Tempered, passed by, though Tempered Seal wouldn't have stopped there.
Well, you would have seen on your way there. You would have seen this slick-looking stallion and about 4 heavily armed guards heading towards the general store.
Oh boy.
Does he see us? Because he might recognize me.
He might recognize.
I am the guy that blew up a bar he was in.
He also might recognize the Minotaur.
On the approach, that stallion definitely gave you kind of a wide berth.
Well, when the door opens, and he says his line, Flotsam just kind of looks at him and goes, You look familiar.
Yeah, and he kind of tries to sort of not forcefully, but kind of up front tries to kind of step inside. He says, "Yeah, we were all there in Flame Tongue, yeah."
Oh my gosh, you were in the bar. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you guys kind of blew up my original caravan group, but that's okay. It all yeah.
Oh,
And he
God,
steps
you're
in
not a
and
debt
about
collector, are you?
four heavily armored 3 ponies and 1 griffin kind of step in after him.
Flotsam looks very alarmed.
Senkan will step out of the side room and just be like, great. Are you here for the debt?
Actually, yeah. Funny story. Yeah, I've been sent down here to, see about collecting on the whole debt for the bar. Because I heard from a friend of a friend of a friend that you guys maybe got a bit of a dragon's hoard that with enough value to pay off the damages.
How do we know that you're on the up and up?
I think this is a very good question, and he kind of roots around in his sort of coat pouch, and he brings out a photo, and this little photograph, and he puts it on the counter and it's of him and the mayor Shady Deal kind of standing together in Flame Tongue, with him putting on his best photogenic smile and Shady Deal looking kind of sour.
Well, this proves that you know her.
Check the back of it.
I look on the back.
And written on the back is, he's with me. He's coming to collect the debt from Shady Deal.
Can we say that we recognize her writing?
Not really, but in opportunity says, I know. That's not totally proof, but hear me out.
Sim is just going to give Tibbs a look and kind of nod at him once. Yeah?
All right.
So it turns out that, I'm also kind of on the hook for the debt as well.
How come? You didn't do any blowing up.
Because I was technically the group that aggravated your friend Powderkeg was my caravan group. So, I mean, the rest of them were dead, but I was left as the sole representative of that other party.
Blossom pulls she kind of pulls her mouth up into a grimace. It really wasn't your fault at all, though. We started that fight.
Yeah, and that was my argument too. But okay. So, I tried to get out of town shortly after that little event, and but they stopped me from leaving Flame Tongue, so I decided to try and sneak out and head towards the Maw. And I actually spent some time in Gold Rush for a little while, but things kind of got crazy there, so I decided to try to go back up to Flame Tongue and sneak out again.
What happened in Gold Rush?
Well, I mean,
around the time another team of adventurers were there.
Yeah, no, the Steel Ranger and her friends just kind of I picked up a job working for this shipping company, and they kind of came in and sort of apparently as part of their investigation they sort of trashed the place. So I didn't really they advised me to get out while I still could, and I did, because I know when an opportunity comes along like that, you gotta take it. So I tried to go back up to Flame Tongue, but then Shady Deal kind of put a gun to my head and said, you better pay up or else. So, find the Mawlers so that they'll pay. So here I am.
Well, good news and bad news.
I know what the good news is. What's the bad news?
Bad news is that do we actually have look at Flotsam, Mike? Do we actually have access to any of our dragon treasure currently?
Well, we still have the caps. I mean, okay, let's sort this out. Do you know exactly what kind of figure we're looking at? Opportunity?
It's like 25,000 caps.
We're gonna have to liquidate some of our stuff. Oh, and here's the part where I need to ask a question. The treasure that we didn't liquidate, that we kept in Blinky's place, would Blinky have brought that with her to Ribcage, or will it still be in Skyfall?
Blinky brought that with her to Ribcage.
Excellent. Okay, we need to figure out how to liquidate this stuff then.
Well, caps aren't really necessary as long as it's treasure that can be appraised to be an equivalent or greater amount. That will also work.
Watson raises her eyebrows. Oh, well, that works really well then.
Yeah, I mean honestly, treasure is probably even better because
more applicable. There's probably some stuff that'll work better outside the mall as well.
Yeah.
Although I have a question.
Yep.
Do you
Yeah?
You got better protection than the last ones you picked?
Huh? Oh, you mean these guys?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, these are actually guards from Flame Tongue.
Oh, good.
Yeah, they're here to help me, because we figured if you did manage to pay up, it was going to be a lot of value, and we didn't want to leave that to chance attack, so decided to bring along a lot of heavily armored.
Interesting fact though. Did you hear this morning's radio broadcast?
What is that?
Yeah, the cult of Tiamat is saying that anyone found with the dragon's hoard is to be executed on the spot. And given their recent militarization, well...
So we'd have to avoid the cult then, I guess.
you may want to, wait until that whole situation dies down.
That might take a little while to die down, Javolt.
Good point. There's the whole executive angle going on there.
Well, I mean, we can always, take the long way around the Maw if that helps. I mean, we knew we'd want to be traveling,
They'd hunt you down.
Just so long as you kind of make sure that you're being innocuous.
Yeah,
Maybe make it
basically.
look like you're transporting weaponry or something. People wouldn't mess with know that.
Opportunity, your name is Opportunity. I can call you Oppie, right?
I'd rather you call me by my full name.
Right, Toonie, listen. The fact of the matter is...
I don't know why, sorry, that just...
The fact of the matter is, until this situation with the executive is resolved, walking around with that horde is going to be walking around with a nuclear-sized target.
That's what we prepared
to
for.
Perhaps assist in resolving the situation some way.
We equipped for sneaking a dragon treasure back up to Flame Tongue, not for participating in a war.
Well, I don't want you to fight the
Also,
obviously,
out of character, I should point out, a nuclear-sized target is a really tiny target.
May I make a perception roll for something?
I think he meant the bomb kind of
nuclear bomb-sized target. Yeah.
What I was thinking, actually, was your group is something that no one has yet decided to watch. And if you could find any source of the executive's funding and disable it without anyone noticing, that would certainly go a long ways to solving the situation.
He starts shaking his forehooves up in a kind of no gesture and says, I get that you think that we're kind of advantaged here, but we're out here for one job and then we're going back to Flame Tongue. That's all we want to do. We don't want to spend any more time in the Maw than we absolutely have to.
May I roll a perception check on something, please?
Yes.
I might need to roll two separate ones, actually. Firstly, Flotsam wants to determine how honest Opportunity is being. She also wants to determine if they do, in fact, seem well enough prepared to basically make it through the Maw without raising too much attention. Like, the body language of the guards and, how tough they look, how well they're armed, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I would like to do the same for the lying part, but also I would like to point out the note that Tibbs made per what he thought was Flotsam's request, using that picture and the handwriting on the back as the base. So sending a letter. Shady deal, you send this joker named Opportunity after the folks that blew up your bar, write a letter on the attached paper and burn it. And the attached paper already has Dear Dr. Tibbs.
All right, you can do that, certainly.
Okay, cool.
I like that you added that touch of Dear Dr. Tibbs.
Well, it's since this is a note that's going to appear basically out of nowhere, it needs at least some idea of what's going back.
I only rolled a 14 on perception, I'm afraid.
One moment. An 8, and because I know that Twitch, I get a plus 10 bonus to determine if someone is lying, so that is 1d20 plus 18.
I'm not seeing the... Oh, there it is.
I rolled a 28.
Hooray!
Hey.
Yeah!
Alright. Flotsam, you're not, really sure about, you don't really detect anything, out of the ordinary with the Opportunity, but nothing that also refutes any doubt you have.
Mm-hmm.
As for the guards, they look well armored enough, but, as for maybe their ability to be inconspicuous, it's not like they're in full, Steel Ranger gear. It's just that it's kind of a mix of metal and, leather armor that gives them each kind of a unique appearance. It doesn't look like they're all uniformed and whatnot, so they look otherwise like just a kind of well-armored band of Wastelanders, but it's kind of deliberate look as well.
They maybe look a bit like mercs.
Yeah, basically, they look like an independent band of mercs, more like.
Okay.
As for Tibbs, you're checking to see if he's a liar.
doing a much better job of it.
Yeah, opportunity, just based on what he's saying, seems to be. And I hate telling you this, because I know you like being able to use your ability to detect that, but he does seem to be on the level. He does seem to be telling the truth.
Perfectly fine using the ability.
Yeah.
It's as far as I'm concerned, it's just insurance.
Yep.
I know. I just think it would be more fun for you to find liars with that ability than to find people who are telling the truth, right?
Well, yeah, but I mean, hey, I've found liars before, and I'll find them again.
That's true.
So,
See, Mr. Opportunity Tooney, I have to tell you, the thing is, we could give you the Horde. It would be problematic for you at this time, but that would cause so much more trouble. And honestly, the Horde doesn't belong to us. It belongs to young Aurelia here.
Aurelia kind of looks up from her bottle of water and is like, "What?
Huh? No, Javolt, it belongs to
Go
all
with
of
it.
us. Well, no, hang on, Javolt, what are you trying to get at? Do you not want them to take the Horde or something? Hang on. Would you give me a moment to consult with my associate here, please? And she just kind of beckons Javolt into one of the side rooms. Come here, Javolt.
Well,
It's like he's a
rolls,
puppy or something.
rolls his eyes and goes on and says, "First of all, I am not a dog."
I just wanted you to follow me because I don't want, I just want you to tell me what you're trying to do. Do you really not want them to take
No,
the
I
drag-
want them to help us.
Why?
They want the Horde. Well, we can
What do you want them to help us with?
to destabilize the executive's power base by finding their funding. I said this.
Do you one? Okay, there are several problems with this. I don't know if
Hang
you
on,
want me
if
to list them off out of character, but
Blotsam can see the flaws in this. Javolt, I appreciate the initiative you're taking here, but this is not their fight. They just came out here to fix a problem that we started. Granted, you weren't with the group at the time, but it's a problem that the Dragon Mawlers started way back in Flame Tongue, and I think we should just let them take it and pay off our debt. I don't think we should get them drawn into any of the situation out here in the mall.
It's not like they're going to be able to get back, are they?
I think they can manage it. They don't draw too much attention, and they're intimidating enough that I don't think people would try to mug them. I think they can handle themselves. But I don't think they can handle being brought in on a big-scale war against the executive or anything like that.
Right.
You understand where I'm coming from?
I suppose. Javolt
But
walks
hey,
out.
if you want to manipulate people into being on our side against the executive, we're going to have so much opportunity for that. She grins widely.
Javolt smiles and shakes his head, and he walks out. So, Tooney, after consulting with
Opportunity.
my
it's the full name.
after consulting with my compatriot, we've agreed that you do seem reasonably well equipped to handle a Horde. Now it comes down to a matter of price. You understand that I can't simply take your word on the exact amount. I need to see the calculations.
Out of green chemicals explosion appears in front of Tibbs,
Hooray!
which
Well
reads,
played.
"Dear Dr. Tibbs, I wasn't aware that that there was a member of the group named Dr. Tibbs, but if you are with the Mawlers, yes, they owe 25,000 caps, sorry, and opportunity was sent to collect and see to it that it was transported out safely." Shady deal.
Tibbs will push the letter over to Flotsam and say that they're legit. 25,000 caps.
Flotsam nods and also shows the note to Javolt. Yep, that's what we owe.
I suppose that's
25,000 is a lot.
We destroyed a bar.
But wait, do you mean 2,500 or literally 25,000?
25,000.
Yeah, and we can afford that. I think we have
That is like
no, but we have like 40,000 in unliquidated
Unliquidated materials.
Wait, you have 40,000?
Yeah, we are rich as shit.
Yeah.
How come nobody tells me how much money we have?
I think they've
because you
tried
weren't
several
there when
times.
we were in Smaug's Horde.
Smaug's Horde was lucrative as all get out.
Also because most of it's irrelevant to us anyway, because we can't liquidate it in small amounts.
right.
So, let's go see this horde then. Aurelia, would you come and help us judge
I
what...
thought we had 50,000, not 40,000.
It was
I
it's
honestly
like
don't
44,000 total.
No, like,
think last
It is
has-
large.
golden gems,
We
12,000.
have, I'm pretty sure I have it written down on my sheet, how much
We have
exactly
enough.
we have.
Yeah, and I wrote it down as
Um,
well.
Yeah, mine says,
Let's go with
38,000 in gold and gems and 12,000 in equipment.
That's what I wrote down as well.
Hooray!
Oh, so
We have a lot of caps worth of treasure. We
Well,
can
bear in
spare
mind,
some.
we're going to have to split that a lot of ways at the end of things.
Yes. Split.
Apparently,
Underdog.
Slinky is
Starting
holding
with
on
the
to it
neck.
for us.
I mean,
Blinky, could you please tell us where you're currently keeping our asset?
Blinky nods, steps around the counter, moves past the guards to close the door, lock it, switch the sign to closed,
Yep.
and motions for everyone to follow her into one of the pantry rooms, where in a number of containers and chests and whatnot, she has all the gold and the equipment all stored, all kind of piled up in many, many different boxes.
Hey, Blinky,
Yes?
thank you very much for transporting all this stuff, and also my box. And she gives her a quick hug.
It wasn't anything.
She grins all the same. Right. So, Opportunity and Associates, do you have your own transport boxes, or will you be needing to take these? I was wondering if you had something fairly innocuous so that it wasn't obvious what you were carrying.
Opportunity just kind of stares at all the loot there and says, well, to be honest, we thought we were carrying some gems, but thought it was
Well, we have
going to be
gems.
mostly caps.
We
We did-
would
we did-
like to be able to give you caps, but as you can see, it's mostly unliquidated.
We did bring
Have
a
gems.
couple of lock boxes, but
Well, we have gems, and we have some gold, and we have a lot of equipment, which will probably be pretty useful, actually, if you want to take a look.
yeah,
You know,
sure.
playing it that way, we might be able to see if any of the stuff that'll be more valuable on the outside can be, paid
If
off,
there are
played off
funds.
as more than it's listed as.
if only
Yeah, we
there
should
was someone
sell-
in the party who was good at, I don't know, bartering.
Damn it, Powder Keg. Why are you
I
Well,
thought Steve had a
alternatively,
cap.
they could try saying, well, we've got a party member that you can wait for everyone, but whatever.
If Powder
how much
Keg
of it
were
is
to be made in
guns?
Fallout, I would actually probably put some points in barter skill for him.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, you just do that anyway, just because it's the easiest way of getting through the game. But how much is
Freaky
that?
knowledge bartering!
Shut up. How much is our horde in just general guns?
About 12,000,
Dibs, you're up.
and that's not in like quantity. That's mostly in just kind of projected value as well. A lot of the equipment looks very, very rare and effective.
I just had a really ridiculous idea. We should. I'm sorry, I was just suddenly thinking of using the Ender chest to transport all the guns to Gold Rush and then just take them from there. Sorry.
That's brilliant, actually.
I'm not sure it would work. Sorry. Excuse me.
It's worth a shot.
You
Well,
say
in
the
that
weapons.
case, Flotsam will tentatively bring it up in character.
I shrug. Maybe. Out of character though. You said the weapons are worth less because they're damaged, right?
I actually didn't say that, but it
Oh,
stands to
okay.
reason that they would.
Oh,
Well,
I thought you
since
said
I-
degraded, which I took as
wait.
damaged.
Oh my gosh! Sorry, go
Yup.
ahead. Fearless.
Yup. I bet you're on the same wavelength.
Well, both of us have expert
Mhm.
skill in weapons repair.
Freaky knowledge weapons repair.
Yeah. And this would actually be a really good in-character way for Flotsam to teach Zenkarn that. So it would make sense for him to have it in character.
Well, look, you got golden gems and you got some equipment. That's it's basically got to decide how you're gonna split it and how you're gonna what basically you're gonna pay up with.
Well, the equipment we're not really using anyway if it's in storage, so people on the outside are going to get more use out of it than we are.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and if it's more valuable on the outside, you could try and see if you can't, like, talk up some of the value of it to help pay it off.
The value is based on, what it would be if a lot of it worked.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So,
I mean, you're not going to pay 12,000 caps for weapons that are utterly useless.
right.
But they aren't useless on the outside.
Yeah, but they're useless on the inside.
Right, but but they're
So
going.
the value is
inside.
already based on what it would be worth outside.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
Sure. Of course, it's based on what it would be worth outside in the current condition.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we happen to have a set of nimble hooves on hand who could fix those up, I'm sure they'd be worth at least half of what you need. And that's only
Flotsam
for a portion.
puts her hoof in the air. Ooh, 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 pick me.
How about you, Zenkon? You look like you've got a set of nimble hooves. Know your way around a gun or two?
I could probably do it. I'll need a little help.
your
Look over
knee.
at Flotsam. But, sure. Should be fun.
Opportunity thinks about this for a while and says, "Alright, if you can fix up some of these guns to be better, I can appraise them at a higher value. Sure."
Thank you very much for your cooperation.
I figure
it'd be better if this was all, we could wrap this up by by either, midday or the end of the day.
Of course, it's
Just so we
still
can
early.
Get started on our way back. That'd be ideal.
We can definitely...
Zenkon,
with that time frame.
I'm gonna show you how to do weapon maintenance.
So, how much did you say the equipment was worth?
Right now it's about 12,000.
Okay. With the fact that it's being fixed and Tibbs's bartering skills, could we perhaps up that to 15 or 16,000?
15,000 sounds, as long as you make up the rest right away with valuables and gold.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want us to roll to repair these weapons?
Yes, actually, mechanics.
Oh god, no.
Oh my.
Oh. Can we do this as an assist thing? Because we're working on it together.
Yes, can I just assist Flotsam?
Should Javolt be helping?
Yeah, he
I
can.
don't see why not. I mean, Javolt's good with weapons as well, right?
Yeah, it's just that,
Good
Flotsam,
with
Flotsam and Zenkarn will
mechanics.
get the freaky knowledge bonuses. But yeah,
Okay,
Javolt can help out too with, fixing up the guns to make sure that they're at least in good-looking condition, even though...
I've got a 10 in mechanics. And
Yeah,
I
you'll do
think
fine.
I'm just
a
checking
14
my
in
destiny
Arcana,
thing.
if that ever applies, so... Should
I
I
think I
just
give you
roll
a
then?
plus 10 bonus to your assist.
Yeah. Also, the extra thing is magic point. Okay, no, so yeah, just, so if you're assisting, I get an automatic plus 10, plus 15 for, 12? No, yeah, 15 for mechanics and another 5 for freaky knowledge. So let me just add all that together.
I have plus 5 in mechanics, and then I get plus 5 for the freaky knowledge. Do you want me to wait? Do you want me to roll before or after Flotsam, Spud?
Either way.
Yeah, I've got it all set up, so I'll probably roll terribly too.
What's that?
I got a 45.
I got a 29.
Let me roll.
Holy crap, Flot.
I got a 20.
Flotsam has to be useful sometimes.
Jesus.
Flotsam is always useful.
Flotsam is like in her element right now. She hasn't got to maintain weapons for ages, and she's just looking so blissfully happy.
Damn.
And the ping
These are gonna be
goes
some good
here,
rolls,
and the
but-
tree goes like this.
Javolt is helping, but he's not exactly a weapon specialist, more an equipment in general specialist, so
Yeah,
he can figure it out by looking at it, but he's clearly not.
in his element.
Yeah.
She will also be gabbling away to Zenkarn about how her sister used to have one just like this, and if you did this, you could get even more kick out of it, and oh, this one looks so much like the one that they got of that raider that one time. So yeah, she's just babbling away really happily.
Thank
So
God
the
for
also
three of
saying
them
that.
are all
Absorbing it.
shop, and
And
all
paying
the other
it.
characters have no idea what they're saying.
Yeah, it's
Firelight's just gonna watch them as they fix the guns and everything as... I would imagine Firelight doesn't actually know much about guns.
Oh my god, Eli's got the cutest little song in the chat. Oh, the barrel on the gun goes round and round, round and round, round and round. Barrel on the gun goes round and round, right through your skull. Yes.
Well, that's
Yeah.
only some of the guns, obviously.
The trigger on the gun goes click, 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 click,
Okay,
click,
okay.
click, click. The trigger on the gun goes click, click, click.
Oh.
Firing off the bullet.
Okay.
Oh, God.
And we're
You-
done now.
That's not how barrels work. It'd be probably fair to say that the rifling on the barrel goes. Anyway.
That's boring.
Smarty, what have you done?
Do we find any rare and valuable guns?
I mean, it's guns and weapons worth 15,000 caps.
Yeah.
There's
a flamer in there.
Either a lot of, or a few really good ones.
There are some unique pistols as well, as in like custom pistols.
Little Mac.
There seems to be an anti-material rifle.
Ooh. I love that gun in the game.
Aurelia, come here, we're giving you an upgrade.
I like my plasma cast. I really like my plasma cast.
Oh, shut up, this does +2 damage.
What's the +2?
But is that damage or DPS?
Oh, fuck, I never worked that out.
So how long does this repair session take?
Couple hours.
Okie doke. So I guess we're all focused on repairing.
So what?
Meanwhile,
So
Tibbs is going through the golden treasure, hashing out with opportunity what exactly is worth what.
yeah, turns out there are some opportunity appraisals, some really nice looking gems.
These are
Wait, so
worth
does it come out more than 15 then, or still just 15?
Actually, if you hadn't done that well in the weapon repair, you probably the value probably would have been cut by 1,000 or 2. But with that massive success, you definitely make them worth 15,000 easy.
Yay!
While that's going on, powder keg and tempered steel.
Yeah.
You guys pass by what seems to be mercenary group heading towards Blinky, and you come across this little sort of alcove between buildings where there's kind of a shelter made of sort of wooden pallets and blankets and tarps and whatnot. And there's a sign in front, just this crudely made sign that says, Cookie Crumbles, Cult of Tiamat.
Alright, don't mention anything about the orb. Act like we're just interested in the cult.
Well,
When you talk to him, I'm gonna look around, see if anything about his friends is available. If not, we might ask him about his friends, but we're not talking about the orb, got it?
Look, if we're looking for subtlety, you might be the better person to do the talking.
And let you sneak around? I'm sorry, you're not doing anything like that.
Wait, I don't follow.
You're a distraction. You're big, you're loud. I want you to distract him by asking him questions about the cult while I search his stuff.
So you're gonna see if it's in there.
Or if I can find anything useful.
All right then.
So lure him out of the alleyway and chat his mouth off. Keep his eyes on you, and I'll see if there's anything in here that's useful.
I will see what I can do.
Alright then.
Alright.
Of course, Powder Cake is talking with him about this, and once again, as private a place as he can find.
Yeah, of course. So, I guess, how do you approach then with this plan?
Is there another side to the alley? Like another street he can enter on?
No, there's kind of a fence on the other side, so his little shelter is kind of backed up against it. It's not a whole lot of space they've carved out for themselves.
Alright then. So, Powder Cake is just going to tell Steel to, kind of stand at the edge of the alley and call out to Cookie Crumbles. Kind of get his attention, and then just, start asking questions about the cult. As long as it takes to keep him distracted. While he's paying attention to Steel, Powder Cake's going to sneak on into the alley and look around.
Well, okay then. I guess it's on you, Steel.
Oh, we're doomed.
Slightly.
You just have to ask questions about the cult. It's not
Well,
that hard.
There is the part of trying to get him to come out of the building and lead him out into the alley, lead him away from the place.
That's easy. You just call out to him like, "Hey, Cookie Crumbles, Cookie Crumbles, I want to talk to you. Can you come out here?"
Doesn't sound like that.
I know.
It's just, if I'm trying to call out to him from the alleyway and say, "Hey, come out here," that seems highly suspicious.
Just say hi, like, hey, Cookie Crumbles. See if he comes on that. If not, go in and talk to him, see if we can get his back turned. Anything, just get him looking, not at me.
I will do what I can.
I don't know, ask him if he wants to walk around town and talk to you about the cult. I'm sure he'll be all for it. He's really enthusiastic about it.
Okay, Tempered Steel is going to go to the place that Powder Keg was indicating to.
So at the entrance to the little alleyway.
Yeah, and
Hello? Hello?
There's some shuffling behind the kind of blanket that forms the front door to the little shelter, and it opens up, and you see this pony pop out and says, "Yes? Oh, are you one of the Mawlers?"
Yes, as a matter of fact, I am.
Right. He kind of ducks back into his shelter. There's some rustling around, and he comes back out holding this piece of paper. He looks between you and the paper, and then you and the paper, and he says, did you know that you're evil and unholy?"
I'd heard that from other sources, that there were people saying that.
Yeah.
You know, it's not entirely untrue about all of it. You know, some of us it's not entirely untrue about.
Huh.
Powder Keg, watching from a distance, just kind of face hooves.
Well, Cookie looks a little kind of unsure. It's like, well, I mean, I'll share gospel with you, certainly. If you're interested, just, sounds like you're kind of like, I don't know if you'd want to talk to any other cultists right now. Seems like they might want to kill you.
I heard you are one of the best people to hear it from, because, you know, I get the sense that, unlike a lot of them, you don't hate our guts yet.
He beams at that. It says, "Yep, I'm one of the best missionaries in the whole cult. I tell you what."
Well, you certainly sound like a very friendly individual.
No, yeah, that's key to being a missionary of the cult. You gotta win their hearts and minds first.
Oh, I can understand that. You know, I knew a guy who he didn't convert me to a religion or anything, but he did help make me who I am today, and a lot of that is owed to the fact that he is a great guy.
That sounds amazing. But let's talk more about dragons, shall we?
Oh yes. You know, tell me about him.
Yeah. So you wanna come in here and show you some pamphlets?
Well, you know, I say, you know what would be even better? If you were to talk to me out here, where anyone passing by might hear the word as well.
That sounds great. And he ducks back into the shelter and comes out carrying a whole armful of pamphlets under one of his hooves. And he's like, "Yeah, let me tell you all about this."
Alright, so now he's fully attentive on his pamphlets and steel, right?
Yeah.
Cool. As distracted as can be near the front of the alley. This is when Powder's going to,
He's definitely looking around to see if anyone else is listening on the street, and just about anyone else who passes by is just completely ignoring him.
So Powder Keg is just going to try to slip by through the crowd and kind of sneak around.
Roll me some stealth.
Oh, that's a fuck. Hold on a second.
13.
Hold on a second. Hey, Steel. You want to give me a reroll?
Give him the nat 1, you know you want.
Make him roll a nat 1, make everything go worse.
You did write them down, right? I know there was a nat 1 in there.
He has a nat 1, a nat 13, and something else.
Like an 11 or something.
Give him the 1.
Oh, yeah, 9, 1, 13. It's right there. Doy.
Or generosity would be a good thing to do. Is Jawa still here? Has he dropped?
He's still in the call.
Sorry, I had my mic muted.
Oh, well, okay. From the top.
Well, no, I mean, if I said 9 or 13, could you tell me off the bat whether that'd be enough, or? General.
Well, let me put it this way: give him a 9, it'll be a 19. I mean, he's got a +10 modifier, so.
Well, actually, you know, the magic points, those reset, what, refresh? I mean, each session?
Extended rest. which you got last night. So
I feel like just doing the generosity.
That'll give me a 28. That's probably enough.
Yeah, I mean it's flavorful. I mean it's pointed out flavor. I mean it's flavorful as well. So yeah, let's just magic point that. Give a bonus 15.
All right, now it's 28.
Okay. Yeah, he's just so enthusiastic. He's on to like his 5th pamphlet already, and it seems he's got way many more to go.
Wow.
And you just sneak past him into his little shack. It can best be described as an urban tent with a number of sleeping bags and this little gas lamp for warmth. It's not terribly impressive. But he's kind of living a bit of a state of squalor.
So does Powderkeg find anything useful information-wise in there?
There's definitely some saddlebags and whatnot where there's plenty of personal effects. There's also some basic dishes and whatnot. But it seems they mostly eat out of food in boxes.
But does he find anything, like informational about maybe orbs, or like does he find the orb, or does he find some kind of schedule for where the other cultists are and where they'll be?
You don't find the refractor core. What you do find, kind of crumpled off to the side, is a piece of paper note saying, "Cookie Crumbles, we just got an assignment from the higher-ups. We're going to be out of town for a few days. Keep up the good work." And there's a couple of names under there. And it seems to be his other two companions left recently.
So his other 2 companions recently left the town.
Yeah.
And they were here yesterday, and now the core is gone and his companions are gone.
Yep.
And does it say where they're going?
It does not. Probably because they didn't want him to follow.
Interesting. So Powderkeg is going to leave that where he found it, after reading it. He's gonna, kind of slink back out of the alley, then merge back into the crowd, then come back and tap Tempered Steel on the back, and he's like, "Hey, Tempered, I know you're interested in that cult stuff and all, but we got a bit of a situation back at the general store we better handle. Sorry, Cookie. You can talk some more about it some other time."
Oh, of course. I've got plenty more pamphlets to go, but I think we had a good start today, didn't we, Tempered Steel? Please don't be muted again.
Nope, he's dead.
Cookie killed him. With his mom.
Must join Tiamat.
Like, I can't take this anymore. Starts hammering her in face.
Jawa. Problems with the call. Alright. Jawa, come back to us.
Test.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh, connection problems are fantastic today. Powderkeg is done.
Okay, well, what did he do after he put that note back where he found it?
He left and said, "There's pressing business at the general store, time to leave." And Cookie Crumbles said, "Yeah, we had a good start today, didn't we? There's plenty more pamphlets to go, but we had a good start today."
Hey, I can see why they would make you the kind, they entrust you with this proselytizing stuff.
Indeed, right? And to such a dangerous place, too. It's like I was chosen. It's like I was chosen from birth to do this.
I love this guy's self-confidence. He's just, I'm the best.
Hey, maybe you were.
Anyway, I hope that thing that wherever you're doing at the place works out fine.
Oh, it'll be fine. We just, gotta deal with some thugs over at the general store. You know how this town is.
Well, the 4th pamphlet does emphasize protecting your horde, so...
Well, that sounds
Godspeed.
That sounds like a very
All right.
Dragon ideal.
Well, yeah, we just went over this. Weren't you listening?
He was. He's just a little dopey. He's focusing on the store now. Come on, Tempered.
No, I'm just reinforcing the point.
He says as Powderkeg drags you along.
Yes.
No, I mean,
I'm
he comes along
repeating
willing.
stuff back to show I was listening.
So anyway, once they're in a relatively safe place again, it's like, well, we've got a problem. Those other cultists, whoever they were, they took the refractor core. And they left town. And they didn't say where they were going.
Well, we could have Zenkarn find it for us.
Oh my gosh. I think I might know where they went.
I mean, Zenkarn's got that magic pointy power.
Care to share with the rest of the class, Dally?
I don't know if it's like yeah. Well, it belonged to the dragon, and they're going to start guarding the dragon hordes, so they might be returning it to Ormar. That's a thought.
Sounds as fair an idea as any. Sounds like what they're probably gonna do. What else? I mean, what else what does the thing actually do?
Well,
it glows.
It definitely glows. Chances are it's probably a battery or power source of some kind.
Flotsam is going to want it, you realise. As soon as she knows that it exists, she's going to want it for Skyfall.
I get the distinct feeling it's like 90% like the smog gem.
No, it's probably fine.
Ooh, that's a very good point. Oh, we're going to have to break it, aren't we? Bugger.
Maybe. We'll find out, I guess. When we have the thing.
Alright, so do you head back to the general store with this news?
I think so.
I guess this is while the repairs are well underway.
You basically just get back, you come in the front, and Twinkie just kind of gestures to the back room where there are all these guns laid out. Sorry.
With Flotsam and Zenkarn and Javolt just kind of tinkering with them while a lot of people watch.
While Tibbs and Opportunity argue using what probably looks like Powder's money at this point.
Wait, what?
Just since it's part of the collective treasure.
Yeah. Opportunity is like, no. You see all these imperfections in this gem? I can't possibly go over 4,800 with this. It's just no good sense. Any appraiser in the world will tell you it's 48,000 maximum.
Mate, I would agree with you. Mate, I would agree with you if it weren't for the fact that there are probably no other ponies alive who are going to be digging up gems in the near future. And something like this is definitely rare, no matter what kind of imperfections.
But how do you adjust for I mean, our ancestors 200 years ago, they knew the value of gems. I mean, they were everywhere.
What he's going to do, what Tibbs is going to do at this point is pick up a very tiny, very, very tiny gem and say, yeah, at one point in time, this little bitty thing was worth a significant amount of money. Probably enough to buy, I don't know, some sort of industrial hairdryer or whatever.
Thank you so much. I approve.
If you think this little thing... If you think this little thing is worth that back then, let's consider inflation. And now let's look at that.
The problem is, I gotta sell this back to Shady Deal, convince her that all these gems are worth the price I say they are. And yeah, I've been given some way they should trust me, but too high. And she's gonna start thinking, well, maybe I came back, short. I mean, you gotta consider how many ponies we gotta resell these things to. And
I understand.
And if we're talking about cost, I have to start low.
I understand. Business is business. But have you considered the fact that, considering the sheer amount of product you're going to be carrying, there's probably going to be some opportunities along the way, perhaps in Gold Rush or even a little bit before you get to Flame Tongue, to offload some of it for caps. The caps that you originally came for.
That's true.
You're an awfully smart pony. It looks like I get the distinct feeling you could fleece one or two of the more slow members of Gold Rush.
See, I appreciate the thought, Tibia. It's Tibia, right?
They call me Dr. Tibbs.
Tibbs. I appreciate that thought, but my pop, taught me to have some integrity, as a sales pony, I mean, I studied this, this has been my life, and I'm not gonna try and be like some kind of black market dealer. I just want to, look for good opportunities. Don't try and bribe me with, gems I can sell later.
Tibbs is going to raise an eyebrow and just say, I wasn't trying to bribe you, mate. I was just stating that there are going to be stupid ponies you encounter along the way who may be able to, who would, for one thing, understand less of what you're talking about than I would, and for another thing, probably really likely to give up their caps.
Alright then. 5,000.
5,000's a deal. Let's move on to this next piece, shall we?
Alright.
And this goes on and on.
And on for like every individual piece.
I love the haggling simulator.
Mm-hmm. What is this? That Japanese game where you run an item shop?
Except that if, actually, frankly, is, Reciteer is not really much of a haggling experience, because you basically, do 30% or die.
Then you're saying take the mental.
Oh crap, someone figured it out in the chat. The haggling simulator rule, if you RP against Spud long enough, he will tire and relent.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cinco, I'm glad you joined us in the live stream.
Well, yes, Reciteer, that's what I was thinking
so
about.
True.
Also, yes. Cinco.
It's been a long time since I played that game. So, this process goes on for a while, both the valuables appraisal and the weapons repair. And I guess, after a couple hours more, the weapons are all as good as they're going to get with the tools available, and then some, because Flotsam rolled a frickin' 45 with all our bonuses and the dynamic duo, and yikes.
Flavor thing. Flotsam turned the pit buck onto Radio Crackle and sang along to him with the songs while they were working.
Sure, yeah. Yeah. Sounds like a good thing to do to pass along the time.
Mm.
And eventually, you're able to gather up, all the guns that were in Smiler's Horde, and an appropriately chosen amount of the gold and gems. And while for you guys, you're losing, the 12,000 in equipment and about 18,000 in the valuables, they're planning to resell that as 25,000. So, because of the haggling and the weapon repair, you're basically paying the full amount with not quite an equivalent amount of the Horde.
So we're left with how much? So all the equipment is gone.
The equipment goes, and then let's see, it was 38. Normally, to fill up the rest, it would be
we'd be down to 28,000.
So you'd be left with 25. You still have 29,000 in the gems and gold.
Sweet.
Still not liquid assets, but still pretty significant.
Is there anywhere in the area that we would actually be able to sell those?
Now without cleaning out a bunch of the shops with caps.
I was very slightly thinking of maybe sort of possibly conferring with Golden Crown about this, but that's just what.
Oh, that's genius.
Oh God.
She has a lot of money. She seems like she'd be the kind of person to shift this kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not just saying this
Use
as
her as a fence.
I'm not going to say that I'm trying to come up with excuses to interact with Golden Crown, but that is exactly what I'm trying to do.
What I'm hearing is Flotsam wants to launder money, and Tibbs is so proud.
Yeah. Ribcage is such a good influence on Flotsam.
Oh, it's so perfect. This is Tibbs' kind of town.
I figured
bad influence.
I haven't done a thing, mate. I haven't done a thing, and it makes me so happy.
Alright. Opportunity and the guards, they start figuring out how to pack it all up and eventually settle on a couple of crates that they kind of carry using, sort of a reverse stretcher arrangement where it's draped over two of their backs and carried between them. And Opportunity says, alright, we'll do our best to carefully transport this back to Flame Tongue and pay off the debt so that, I can leave and you guys aren't ambushed as you leave the maw.
Hold up, just one last thing.
Yeah?
Tibbs, do you have any more paper?
Tibbs will pull out a sheet of paper and hand it to Flotsam.
I'm sure everything will be fine, but just in case it isn't, we want to make sure that Shady Deal knows that you're on your way. So I'm thinking Tips writes a letter, you sign to corroborate, and that way that she'll know to expect you. That sound okay?
You can do that with those little pieces of paper?
There's a lot of
Yes,
things
Jack.
I can do with this. There's a lot of things I can do with this paper, mate.
Huh. Do you think maybe we could keep a copy so that if anything goes wrong, we can send send out a message?
Oh, that's
Sure
a good
thing.
idea. Would that be okay, Tips?
Tib shrugs and says, sure, I've got enough of it.
You just need to write it and then think about who you want to send it to and burn it. Is that right, Tips?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you guys
Right
can
now.
do all that. Write the note to Shady Deal, have him sign it, send it off, hand another paper. Yeah.
And then Flotsam will kind of tap Opportunity lightly on the shoulder and say, "Hey, we've been wanting to pay back the debt for a while, so thank you. It kind of feels good to finally get that off our shoulders.
Yeah, no, it's definitely about time, certainly.
And I'm sorry that you got roped into it too, but thank you so much for taking care of
Hey,
this."
hey, thanks for hanging out so quickly. I thought we'd have to be in here a lot longer, and even as it is, it's been a little scary.
Yeah. Sooner you get
Just-
out of the mold, the better, I think. Things are about to go down.
We don't get terribly great reception to Radio Crackle and Flame Tongue, but we get it. We get clear signal every so often. It's not always been great news.
Mm-mm.
Not when,
Flotsam looks like,
although
yeah.
most of the ponies up there still prefer to listen to DJ Pone 3.
She ain't got nothing on.
Well, anyway, he kind of salutes, heads to the door, and says, "I'm Opportunity, and I'm leaving. See ya."
That's ready, mate.
And he and the
Flotsam
pony-
waves and then knocks on.
Adios, Toonie.
Yes.
He ignores Javolt, heads out the door. The guards carefully carry the crates out to follow him out, and
Good luck.
off they go.
Cool.
All
So we're
right.
doing 5 minutes before we mug him for our stuff back. Or...
So she just kind of looks after him and goes, "Huh, so that's the one who knocks."
Oh.
I'm
So do we see
leaving.
him again as we walk by? As we walk back?
Yeah,
Oh, I-
sure, yeah.
This time Powder Keg is gonna look at him and see all this stuff, and he sees he's gonna like bird, and he's like, "Do I know you?
We might have met once a long time ago. Really,
You look
really long
familiar."
time ago. I got places to be. See ya. And he and the guards.
Oh, hold on.
No,
Powder
no,
Keg's
no,
just gonna step in front of him.
Places to be.
Oh, hold on. I cannot rest easy until I know who you are. What was your name again?
Opportunity.
Don't really ring a bell, and maybe I didn't catch it. I see you.
Well, see ya. And he tries to keep on going on his way.
Wait.
Oh, just let
I know
him go.
I know. Were you in Manhattan?
The love of God, say yes.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. Yeah, Manhattan.
Alright then. No, that's settled. See you later.
See ya.
Probably never.
Probably never, yeah.
Beautiful.
Okay, and now
Sounded
they're
kind
off.
of grudgingly.
Okay, once
I
those
feel
guys
like there's a hole in my memory. Something should be there. Was I drunk?
are
Like I-
those guys far enough away that Temper Steel won't be able to get. I mean that Powder Cake won't be able to get back to him.
Yeah, I think they're gone enough now.
That would be because you got drunk around the time you met him.
Okay. Wait, was that in Flame Tongue?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. That's when I blew up the bar, right?
Yes.
Oh, no wonder he was scared. Oh, good times.
Oy vey indeed. So I guess now you return to the general store, where, currently Blinky's putting back a bunch of the, golden gems that were strewn about when, Opportunity was appraising them.
So, got some bad news.
What?
Colt made off with that refractor, thingy.
What
Refractor
refractor
what?
thing?
Oh, is
The
that
thing
is
that Steele found in Buffalo Bill's house.
When did
The
Oh,
thing
this
that
right.
happen?
Buffalo Bill got from a dragon? Yeah.
It was meant to steal but didn't.
Yep.
I don't remember this happening. Did this happen? When did this happen?
Last
This
time.
happened
Shut
when
up.
you were drunk.
Anyway,
Okay, fair enough.
Let's,
Give a knowing look to Tempered Steel.
Same.
the cultists seem to have run off with it.
Tempered Steel's going to.
And, I think they may be taking it to, their headquarters.
Why would they take it there?
'Cause it's powerful.
Is it? But
Let
it
me
was
just-
stolen from the dragon, right? What if they try and
Yep.
take it back to him?
They might, but at the same time, given what this thing can do, at least what I've heard said it can do, doesn't that sound like a powerful tool that a certain Sun Pony might want?
The executive?
Yeah.
That's a good point. Wait, hang on a sec. The cult is manning or ponying various, the remaining dragon hordes, right? And guarding the dragons?
Yep.
That's coincidence.
Searching for the lairs as well.
Yeah, searching, and that can't be a coincidence. Do you suppose the executive told them to do that? Something he wants, maybe?
Yeah, I don't think they're doing it to guard the dragons. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Oh.
They might be wanting certain treasures.
Sorry, I just had a thought. Treasure. Dragons' hordes. Outside of town. Oh, if it turns out that Golden Crown doesn't have a bottle cap printing press, she said that she struck it rich. Maybe she found a dragon horde.
Do you mean out in the lizard caves?
Huh.
Maybe. I don't know.
Aurelia raises a hand and says,
Who is Golden Crown?
ignoring Javolt, Aurelia says, doesn't she have a whole bunch of ponies in the town? Maybe she would know where the cultists went?
Couldn't we just have Zenkarn point us in the right direction?
That too.
You could.
Let me, you're scared of interacting with a little girl.
We could have Zenkar pointed out to us.
Wait a minute, Golden Crown was that Billy that was playing pretend with Flotsam, wasn't she?
Yeah, she's our new friend. Possibly.
She seemed nice.
We might not want to go
guess-
through Golden Crown on this one, because Golden Crown, if she finds out about that thing, she might want it herself. Now,
Yeah.
we best keep this between us.
She's just a
Zenkar,
little Billy.
you can
She
point it
doesn't-
out
she
to
doesn't
us.
have the ability
I
to
can-
take anything important, does she?
She kind of runs half the town, Javolt.
What?
She's
Yeah.
a crime lord.
What?
Yeah. Has a bunch of mercs, extorts all the businesses. Mafia stuff.
Well, not all the businesses.
Half of them. Just about half. She's done pretty well for herself.
Yeah.
Flotsam, you can tell, is genuinely impressed by her.
Tempered Steel is noticeably disappointed that Flotsam is so impressed by this little mafia queen.
Oh boy.
Javolt stares at Flotsam for a bit, then he sort of half smiles and says, "That is some imagination you have there."
Flotsam just sighs and says, Yeah, Javolt. Yeah.
I didn't believe it at first either, but it's true.
I'm not sure why it's so unbelievable.
Wait,
Well,
you
I mean, how often do you hear of 10-year-olds taking over half of a city?
Flotsam just blinks. Do you think 10-year-olds can't?
I think most of them would have better things to do with their time.
Admittedly, I've only heard of it happening twice before.
Yeah, better things for the time, like blowing things up, repairing weapons.
I'd
Not
patch
everyone's
Flotsam.
me.
Founding
I
a drug
tried to
empire.
Take over a town if you want
Well,
to.
then, so it didn't count. Doesn't count, I don't think.
She managed to pull the wool over everyone's eyes and take over half the town because everyone underestimates young foals.
Fair enough.
She used that to her advantage. I
Fair
respect her quite a lot for that, actually.
Still,
Understand.
But she's chosen a path of evil.
Of evil.
She chose a path of moral ambiguity.
Okay,
Pragmatism.
my one thing is, running a town, perfectly fine. Using this to mug people?
Yeah, Flotsam might be making this out to be more noble than it actually.
Yeah. Remember, running a town is one thing, extortion is another.
Oh, listen, I don't trust her or anything, but I don't know. It's just
You're coming off as, far more approving of her lifestyle than I think you may intend to be.
Oh, right, sure. Yeah, I guess it's probably pretty bad what she's doing, and she probably shouldn't. Better?
I mean, admittedly, maybe I'm biased on this because, she had her goons try to mug me, but...
Oh, well, I'm sorry about that.
But I would like to think I am not happy about this because, her being a Mothphilly queen is...
Mothphilly?
Well,
Mothphilly?
AK.
That was something that my girlfriend pointed out, and I shared in the chat.
I rather like it.
It seemed like a good point to drop the joke.
I don't know why this is the first I've ever thought of this, but I love it.
I do
That's
too.
MAW Philly.
No, we're going we're going for a mafia pun, not a moth fun, not a moth pun.
A maw fun.
Moth fun. I can't speak.
I love my fun.
Flotsam is highest on the backstab party scale, says Broken Logic.
What? No. Flotsam would never betray him.
That's exactly what Backstabber would say. In fact, I'm fairly sure Tim said it.
No, I'm not holding this knife for any reason. Can you please turn around?
Right, so, anyway, aside from that, is that going to be something we have to deal with, or is that situation contained, or whatnot?
What, the Golden Crown situation, or the Refractor Core situation?
Golden Crown.
The Golden Crown situation. I've already... Do I know what a refractor core is?
You've heard about such a piece of technology, though you haven't. It's been a long time since you've, even seen a picture of one.
Right, what is it?
It's, basically, crystal resonance power source.
Right, so... We have an enchanted dragon's horde refractor core? Am I hearing this right?
Yeah, it's basically, it was found by Mighty Hyde Bill when he and his team raided, the Fire Gecko Cave.
Who's telling me this?
The DM out of character.
Okay, who's telling me this in character?
Heck if I know.
Elliot?
I think it's one of those things where you... Well,
Chica.
Chica, okay. Fine.
Oh, hey, Chica's awake.
Chica's awake.
Damn it.
You're the one who was asleep.
I thought we discussed naps, but that's cool.
Well, you had a discussion, doesn't it?
Anyways.
Anywho.
So back to Flotsam taking over town.
When Javolt asks about the Golden Crown situation, Flotsam will say, it's nothing you have to worry about right now. There may be developments on that later.
I think our first priority should probably be getting the refractor core back.
Agreed. Zankarn, do you think you can track that down with your spell?
Should be able to.
And if they had to have left just today or last night. So they shouldn't have gone too far. So if anything, probably leave as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll catch up to them before they get to where they're going.
Yeah. We might have to travel pretty fast to catch up to them, though.
Is this why I wanted to build a time rocket?
No.
That was something else, and it was stupid, and forget about it.
Can we go now?
Yeah, sure, give me a sec. That away, reactor core.
Oh, refractor core, yes.
Refractor core, fine.
No,
he
says reactor core and we head towards a nuclear power plant.
It'd be a real dick move if I went with
remember,
the poor wording.
Remember, no nuclear energy, because the fallout in this was balefire. Zebra magics. So, there would be
a small
no...
misstep and suddenly accidentally a balefire bomb.
Alright. So, you spin around with your that-away power and find yourself pointed, after kind of double-checking to see, just double-check the direction you pointed in, compass and whatnot. You seem to be pointed a bit, to, the east by southeast. Which is
What's
not,
in that
which is
direction?
not towards, not towards the executive or the cult of Tiamat, but rather, vaguely deeper into the machine curse territory.
They're
Oh
heading
man, this can only go well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
If we're going into the machine curse territory, I should probably prepare for that.
Oh, we need melee weapons in case we get in trouble. I mean, Javolt, me, and Powder do anyway.
Well, if you need,
Either that or we can hang back and let you take care of things if things go wrong. She kind of looks towards the melee/magic group.
Oh, look, I can handle myself in a fight, too, even without the explosives.
Out of curiosity, do I still have that knife stuck in me?
No, I assumed he kind of took it back.
Oh, damn it. I
Or
was gonna
no,
just
she
rip it out and be
grabbed
like-
a hold of it, and then she actually disposed of it on the way back.
Oh, damn. I was gonna pull it out and just be like, here, Flotsam, take this.
However, Cuteless was kind enough to remind me that I stole an axe from one of the Steel Rangers, so Tibbs technically has 2 weapons right now, so he could give one of them up.
You and your radiation axe thing. Decaying
poison
axe, I
axe.
think it was. Was it?
Yeah.
Kind of more of an acid, corrosive axe, basically.
Mm-hmm.
damn. Well,
Okay, well that means that almost all of us have a weapon then. So,
But also, being a Pegasus, Flotsam could always, fly above the opposition with a heavy rocket and just drop it on him.
yep, that's pretty much what I was thinking, yeah. So,
I have got to think on this.
look,
we
if
shouldn't think too
anyone
long.
wants some tips and stuff on how to fight in melee, I'm sure the rest of us can give a few pointers.
Can we maybe talk about that on the way?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
I'm really not comfortable leaving unequipped. Is there somewhere we can get equipment?
Well, Tibbs has an extra thing that he can give to you.
Mate,
Sorry, what?
That got cut off a little
you
bit.
comfortable? You comfortable with the knife, mate? I could strap it to your arm.
No. Well,
Would you prefer a sword instead?
honestly, I have been relying on electricity for so long, I don't know what I would do in melee.
Look, we'll give you a few pointers on the way.
You throw your fist at somebody and try and hit them as hard as you can.
I don't have fists.
We'll give you a few pointers. We'll give you a few
Hooves are better
pointers
than
for
fists,
that.
really.
Javolt, I really don't want to rush you, but I am kind of worried about what will happen if that refractor core falls into the wrong hooves.
Alright, alright.
Steel's gonna
I
head
think
out.
worst to worst, the others can cover us.
Right, I'll just think of something.
Do you want the knife or do you want a sword? What do you want? We'll give you a few
I
pointers
don't
on how to use
know.
whatever
What's
you
the
want.
better idea here?
Steel has started on his way in the direction that was pointed out.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think the whole party's moving now.
As you're preparing to leave Blinky's store, the door opens, the bell jingles, and you see Slinger there.
Oh,
Yay.
hi, Sheriff. What's up? We were just kind of on our way out.
Are you all in the mood to fight fire geckos?
Oh gosh.
Well, a little busy. Well, how desperate are you?
There's a lot of them coming this way.
The final
Why?
light.
Wait, why? Wait, when did this... She looks round. This couldn't have anything to do with... Could it?
Well, it's where he got it from, so potentially.
Could have something to do with it.
I have no idea what you're all talking about. No, wait. Actually, I do. Sorry, I forgot.
I'm talking about like a couple dozen.
Oh.
I've
Oh,
been coming
pursuit.
here to an area without...
I'm trying to get as many ponies as I can. If you're in the mood to help out,
Oh, hell,
head
I
out,
could
head out to the outskirts of the town. I'm going to find more ponies.
Oh, hell, I could probably solo that. You guys go ahead.
Are we in... Are we
The
going to
sad
be in
part is
an
that
area with
sounds
the
like
machine curse or not? That's my real question, because right now I'm
The
sort of...
immediate outskirts of the town are not quite machine curse territories.
I have a proposal, but I don't know if it's a good idea. We could split up. Those of us who rely on tech and Zenkarn could stay and take care of the geckos. Those of us who don't rely on tech could go on and follow... Oh no, wait, Zenkarn needs to show the way to the thing.
We should all just stick together. Kill the geckos quick and then follow them.
There's
Okay.
only half a dozen. It shouldn't take very long. Bombies ahoy. Boom. Keep going.
Yep.
Awesome. All right, let's go.
Not half a dozen, mate. Several dozen is what he said.
Oh,
Flotsam has gone up.
We're gonna deal with that next session because it's time.
All right. So next week I have to miss. So Tim's
No.
avoids coming.
You're kidding me.
No, you are not.
No, I'm joking.
Okay, you really had me going there
Oh my god.
because I would have believed that 100%. Just because I believe the universe is now conspiring to make sure you never see combat.
I won't lie though when I say I was invited to go to a convention next weekend, so possibly late. I don't know if I don't know if I'll have the money for it. So
All right,
So you may still miss combat anyway.
the universe conspires. Anyway.
maybe, but it seems unlikely.
Shall we wrap up?
Mm-hmm.
This has been Fallout is Dragons.
Join us next week when we fight fire geckos and chase some cultists, I guess.